I don't know exactly where I got this mindset, but somewhere along the way, I developed the opinion that the Kirby Return to Dreamland style games weren't up to par. They weren't as good as the Kirby spin-offs or even just other platformers. I think this mostly stems from Star Allies. Fellas, that changed. I'm a Kirby fan now. Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Botox Media. Of course, always got to get it out of the way. Thank you all for the crazy support recently. This channel is still growing at a rapid rate. I thought it was going to slow down by now, to be completely honest, but it's still going. A few other things I want to get out of the way here. Well, obviously, yeah, like I said, thank you for the support. But if you're watching this when I'm posting it, I will be streaming on this YouTube channel tonight at around 10 p.m. when Forgotten Land drops. My GameStop is doing a midnight release, so look out for that stream. But today I wanted to talk about the two mainline Kirby games on 3DS, and I guess the word mainline is kind of vague. So I've already played Battle Royale like a few years ago, as well as Extra Epic Yarn, which I played on Wii as well. But recently I went through and I played Planet Robobot, and I was like, damn, this is good. And then I went ahead and played Triple Deluxe in preparation for Forgotten Land. I still need to go back and play Return to Dreamland now. I definitely want to, especially since it's co-op and I can play it with my girlfriend. But yeah, so I wanted to talk about these two games. Originally, I was going to do two separate videos, but I'm kind of glad I waited because here's the thing. If you're familiar with like online discourse surrounding Kirby, I guess, and from what I've seen anyway, people seem to definitely think Planet Robobot is better. And it is. Without a doubt, Planet Robot is the better of the two games. It has more variety between having your Robobot, I guess it's called, the mech, and then having all the copy abilities for the mech. It just has a lot more variety. The levels are more ambitious, I guess I would say. So yeah, it's a better game. I was surprised how close Triple Deluxe is. I had a friend that was telling me like, hey, you're probably gonna like Planet Robobot, but if you don't like Star Allies, you probably won't like Triple Deluxe. And I did a video on Star Allies a few weeks ago, so check that out. I think it is a very mediocre game. It's fine. It's serviceable. It just doesn't do anything to inspire. Both these games outclass it completely, which just makes me further confused by Star Allies. I don't get what went wrong. I don't know. I'm really excited now, actually, now that I think about it, to play Return to Dreamland, because I could almost make the excuse like, oh, they were focused on multiplayer. But I've heard that Return to Dreamland now is also, if I like Triple Deluxe, I'll like Return to Dreamland. That game's also multiplayer. So I don't know what happened with Star Allies, honestly. Out of every Kirby game I played, it is easily the worst one. It's just so lacking. But we're not here today to talk about Star Allies. If you want to hear a video of me harping on it, go check that out. We are talking about these two games. And honestly, I played them back to back. I might get some of the details mixed up between games, so forgive me for that. They are very similar. But like I said, Planet Robobot just has a little more oomph to it. So, I, as you know, am not a huge Kirby fan. I would say that it's officially changed. I got my Forgotten Land poster up. So I didn't really know what to expect with these games. I was expecting Star Allies, and every step of the way, I can't say blown away. I was blown away from the perspective of, wow, Star Allies was disappointing. They are very good platformers. They're not anything insane or like crazy special, I would say, but they are very good games. I would even say that, actually, I haven't shown this in a pickups video, I just got this. I would say this game is probably one of my, it might be in my top 10 favorite 3DS games now. I did do a best 3DS games video also, I mentioned this. It's really good. I think there are better platformers on the 3DS, probably, and in general, there are better platformers, but it is a very fun game. And one of the main things people complain about is with Kirby is like difficulty. It's like, oh, it's too easy. Yes and no. It's easy just playing through the levels, but for one, I had trouble. I didn't have trouble. You know, I'm not a toddler here, but I did have a little bit of issue on the final boss for Triple Deluxe. I was like, damn, this is actually kind of like, I had to like think. I'm not going to get into spoilers for what the bosses are, but the final boss for Triple Deluxe, not as crazy as the one in Robobot. I definitely like Robobot's final boss more, but the final boss in Triple Deluxe, it gets to the point where like it's like plant thing. And it has like 4 vines, and then your platform gets super small. So if you get hit and you lose your copy ability, chances are that copy ability is going bye-bye, and you're out of luck. And then once you don't have a copy ability, dude, the only way to damage a boss is if they like do an attack and like the star pops out of the ground and you have to suck it up and throw it back at them. That happened to me. I could not avoid that. It took me like 3 tries to beat the boss because I kept getting just annoyed. I was like, man, without a copy ability, this sucks. It's so much harder. And I guess while we're here, I don't know why we're talking about final bosses first. Let's talk about the Planet Robobot final boss a little bit. Like I said, I'm not going into spoilers. Not that there's much to spoil about a Kirby game. So the plot of Planet Robobot is definitely a lot better too. It's like this, my cat is crying in the background. I doubt you can hear that. Obviously everything's like digital and like technology based, so the worlds would be called like gigabyte grounds or something. It's a lot of fun theming, just a lot of like technological inspired worlds. Like that a lot more than I like that more than Triple Deluxe. Triple Deluxe is very standard Kirby, you're going up a beanstalk, which is fine, but Planet Robobot I think is a little bit more interesting. But yeah, the final boss of Planet Robobot, which has been a few weeks now since I played it, so I'm already kind of forgetting a little bit about it. Definitely way better. With I think it's Star Dream. I think that's the final boss. Very cool. I think that's an iconic Kirby enemy. I don't know if it originated from Planet Robobot, but I enjoyed that quite a bit. Let's talk about copy abilities. So it was funny playing these games in reverse order because there are enemies in Planet Robobot that actually give you a unique copy ability that don't in Triple Deluxe. I don't know if these were the first time they were introduced in Planet Robobot, but stuff like the, well, off the top of my head, just the broom, like the witch, that is not in Triple Deluxe. So I sucked that up and I pressed down. I was like, okay, time to be the witch, or, you know, have my little broom sweep around, and I didn't do anything. I was like, oh, I guess I don't get that. But yeah, the copy abilities in both games are very good. Planet Robobot, once again, better. I'm trying to look at the back of the box just to kind of jog my memory. I love the Doctor. That one's a lot of fun in Robobot. I didn't like the Poison one that much. That's whatever. And then the thing with Planet Robobot is there's these sections where you're in the mech, which is absolute. Those are the best parts of the game because you can just destroy anything. But every copy ability has a unique kind of function in the mech. Obviously, it's still themed around whatever it was. If it's poison, you're shooting like a big gust of poison or something, right? Or if you have, I love the, I think it's the rock one, or maybe it's the brawler, I forget. But basically, you just have these huge fists and you can just punch anything. That's a lot of fun. So yeah, Planet Robobot's variety is very good. There's also way more copy abilities in general. Triple Deluxe, were there any unique ones in this game? I don't think the bells were in, Planet Robobot. I like the bells a lot. Going back to Triple Deluxe, I'm looking at the back of the box like just to jog my memory. I like the one, I think it was like the magic mirror ability or something, where like there's like multiple Kirbys, like shadow clones almost, not ninja, but that one was a lot of fun. I like the bird copy ability. I just like this is weird. I just like that I'm like in now, dude. I'm in this. I'm in the Kirby world. I need to go back and play all the other ones I've missed. But I need to do my research. I need to figure out like, okay, when did this copy ability get introduced? Every other Nintendo franchise, I'm pretty well versed in like, okay, this is when this thing got introduced, or, you know, stuff like that. With Kirby, I have no idea, which kind of makes it a lot of more fun right now. I have no idea when things were introduced to the series, so it's just a game of like hide and seek or find and seek, I guess. Trying to see when things were introduced that obviously I've seen online, I've seen people talk about on Twitter, but yeah. And also, not to harp on Star Allies again real quick, I don't know, I'm sure there are new copy abilities in that game, but bro, most of them are just ripped straight from Planet Robobot. I guess they only had 2 years of development time, but man, that's a shame. And then actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think I mentioned the extra modes too much in my Star Allies video. Kirby games have become known for their extra modes and like side modes, particularly with these 3DS games. Those games ended up getting eShop versions, which I might do a separate video because I didn't mess around with them too much playing through them on 3DS right now. So I might do a separate video on the 3DS eShop Kirby games. Let me know if you want to see that down in the comments below. But they definitely put way more effort into these 3DS ones. So like I said, I didn't play them for the most part, although I've played the upgraded versions that they released on Switch. So Triple Deluxe has Kirby Fighters, which I actually did a video on Kirby Fighters 2. Go check that out. That's on the channel. And then it also has DDD's Drum Dash, which I have not touched at all. It's a rhythm game. There is DDD's Drum Dash Deluxe. I'm going to do a video on, or not do a video on, well, maybe, if you guys want to see that. I definitely want to play that, though, separately. I didn't really know if I should play the ones in the games when there's the Deluxe versions, because also in Planet Robobot, going over there, there's Kirby 3D Rumble, which got its own release as Kirby Blowout Blast on 3DS on the eShop. So I didn't know if I should just play the ones in the game or wait to play the eShop version. Let me know if I should, if it's worth playing both. I did play a little bit of 3D Rumble. Weird name. It's unique. It's fun. It is, I think, technically the first 3D Kirby game. You just kind of run around in like a isometric arena and kill enemies, go for combos. It's pretty fun. and brief aside, I might do a video on it separately eventually. I've already beaten the game a couple years ago. Kirby Battle Royale, it's a lot of fun. That's all I have to say on that. The 3D Rumble game definitely reminds me of it, though. What else is there? Okay, well, also in Planet Robobot is Team Kirby Clash. I haven't done a video on this. I need to. I might not for a while, though, because after Forgotten Land, I'm sure my Kirby hype is probably going to plummet a little bit. But Super Kirby Clash on Switch, which is just the upgraded version of Team Kirby Clash. I think there's also Team Kirby Clash Deluxe on the 3DS. So they've really been milking this Kirby Clash. Is easily the best one out of all of these for my money. Granted, like I said, haven't played DDD's Drum Dash or really touched 3D Rumble that much. But Super Kirby Clash, at least from my experience with that on Switch, is so much fun. It's just these bite-sized little boss battles, but I don't know, man. It was very addictive. It's a free-to-play game on Switch. You can check it out for free. I highly recommend it. If you want, I think, if you spend like $40, you just get everything. I'm completely not even talking about these two beautiful games right now. Let's get back on track. One downside, one thing I don't love about these is the collectibles. I think they're both pretty lame, especially Planet Robobot, actually. What does Planet Robobot even have? Well, first, let's talk about the actual in-level collectibles. So, okay, I remember now. So, in each level, there is, for Planet Robobot, it's the Code Cubes, and then for Triple Deluxe, it's the Sunstones, I think. I actually like the way Triple Deluxe did it way more. In Planet Robobot, it was like predetermined, okay, every level has 3. They've kind of like forced themselves around that, which I think almost kind of hindered the level design. There'd be times where I'm playing, I'm like, okay, I'm at the halfway point. Do I have all the things yet? Whereas in Triple Deluxe, there'd be times where, yeah, usually it was 3, but there'd be times where there's 4 or 5. And I think that's just more interesting. There's no reason to constrain yourself to 3 per level. That's some Mario crap. I don't just do as many as you want per level. If you make a level and you think, okay, this is a good spot to put as many of these as possible, then do that. I believe collecting these only unlocks extra levels. I didn't really do too much of that, to be honest. I didn't 100% these games. I think I played a couple extra levels in Planet Robobot, but I didn't do too much of that. But talking about the actual collectibles, the things that you kind of like want to collect, they're not very interesting, to be honest. I would say they're a little bit more interesting in Planet Robobot. So in Planet Robobot, it's stickers, where you can put the stickers on your mech. I do like, spoiler alert, I guess, in the final boss fight, I believe this is what I don't know exactly what it is that happens, but basically Kirby gets control of Meta Knight's ship, and you can see your stickers on that ship. That's like the one time in the game I was like, oh yeah, I forgot stickers. So I didn't really use them that much, but I think it's a better use than Triple Deluxe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I didn't mess around the menus too much. So in Triple Deluxe, it's little keychains, which look really cute. What do you do with them? There's no like, I get you just a list to go for, and they're just randomly generated, I think. I don't think, like, because it's like in the level, it'll be like a little sticker looking thing with a question mark on it. I don't think those are predetermined. I think it's just random which one you get, aside from the gold ones, which are like the special ones. I don't know what you do with the keychains. I didn't think they were a very interesting collectible. So I'm hoping Forgotten Land does better with this. Star Allies also was very underwhelming in terms of collectibles with the puzzles pieces. Honestly, I would say that's probably better than either of these, and that's not saying much because I really don't like the puzzle pieces in Star Allies. Forgotten Land does look a lot more promising in that aspect with the gachapon, you know, like little collectible like statues with like descriptions. That looks a lot better. I will say, to the keychains credit in Triple Deluxe, they're cool. It's like all the pixel characters. It's fine. Something else I want to talk about real quick. I was playing these on my trusty new 2DS XL I got recently refurbished from Nintendo. It looks a little grimy, sorry. So I didn't have 3D. These games use 3D a lot, and I wish I had kind of known that. I should have assumed, but most 3DS games don't really do it, so I was just like, I don't have to worry about that. And you don't really have to worry about it, but there are certain areas I wish I had seen in 3D. I think it was in Planet Robobot. There's a level where, there might even be a couple levels, where like there's lasers coming from this way, and each and every way, and it's kind of hard to actually tell where you can walk because it's supposed to be in 3D. There's also a lot of what I like to call the mutant muds jumping in and out of the foreground and background, which is fine without 3D, but obviously would look better with 3D. And then another thing I'm going to talk about in terms of 3DS gimmicks, I don't remember if Planet Robobot did it that much. I don't think it did. Triple Deluxe be using that gyro just a little bit too much. There are like 2 boss fights where like you have to tilt the 3DS and aim. I don't remember them doing that in Planet Robobot, thankfully, because that is bad. Any gyro stuff is bad. There's a lot of puzzles in Triple Deluxe where like you have to like get into like a cannon and like tilt it, or not a cannon, but like a little like trolley thing on a wire, and you have to like tilt your 3DS. But sometimes it doesn't register properly. I was playing this game laying in bed before going to sleep at night, and it just did not work. So yeah, not a fan of that. And the 3D stuff, I just wish I had been able to see a little bit more. What else do I need to mention? Hypernova's kind of cool, I guess, as the gimmick for Triple Deluxe. Definitely not as cool as the mech, but it's fine. It's serviceable. I think that's about it. I'm probably forgetting something. There's a lot of cool levels. I don't want to go into each and every level that I liked. I think it's World 2 of Planet Robobot, where it's just like a Waddle Dee town, and there's like all these stop signs, and you have to like know when to go, and there's Waddle Dee driving cars. And then if you get in the mech, you can just absolutely obliterate them. That's a lot of fun. Just a lot of really cool variety in the levels. Another puzzle, actually, now I'm thinking about it, that I remember, that actually used the 3D in the foreground and background is, I think it's in both games. I think they did it in both. Basically, you get this item, and you'll have like a mech Kirby in the background. You'll be holding like a control pad, like a game pad or something, and you're controlling a mech Kirby in the background who just mimics your every move. So a lot of cool stuff with that. I think I posted a video on Twitter. I was like, this one mechanic is better than anything in Star Allies. It just adds, like, it's not like a deep puzzle. It's not anything crazy, but it actually makes you like think like, okay, I need to be careful on both sides. And then there's another similar one, I think, in Triple Deluxe, maybe even both games. Where you get an item that's like this long pole that goes between, once again, the foreground and the background, and you're destroying stuff in the background while walking in the foreground. Stuff like that, very good. It just makes the game, it feels like there's game design in this game, man. If you watch my Star Allies video, you know how much I was just disappointed with how uninspired it is. It feels like the people that made these games actually wanted to make a game, whereas Star Allies really now, especially now after playing these, really just feels like a quota. They met a Kirby quota on Switch in 2018. Nintendo was like, we got to get this Kirby game out, guys. We need Kirby on Switch. And playing these really solidifies my opinion of that game. But I think I'm gonna end it here, guys. Let me know your thoughts on both these games in the comments down below. I keep holding them up. Are you a fan? If you have not played them, if you played Star Allies, if you're in a similar boat as me and you didn't like Star Allies and you haven't given these a chance, I say give these a chance. Don't expect like a super hard experience, but expect a nice, cute, inventive platformer. Not even inventive, but inspired platformer, with a lot of cute Kirby stuff. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at BoTalksMedia. Subscribe here for more Kirby stuff. Like I mentioned at the top of the video, I will be streaming Forgotten Land tonight and probably tomorrow when I'm posting this. And then I'm going to be doing a lot of Forgotten Land, hopefully like guides and stuff. People seem to like those. So a lot of Forgotten Land stuff coming up. And then after that, I think what's next? Switch ports. I don't know how much I can cover on that, but yeah, there you guys have it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.